Hi, welcome to an anti-yachts video on the 1095 Murray Fisher. Today we're lucky to be going out on this lovely blue Murray Fisher. It's got the twin 300 steer-by-wire engines in sort of pearlescent white. We're just taking it for a test drive out in the Sound, and hopefully we'll get some nice weather and a nice little trip out. So this one's got the new 2022 interior, so the lighter grey upholstery. There's an option for the upgraded sort of faux leather finish, which is more of a sort of grey-white colour, but this is the standard upholstery. This is a standard Corian top now. It's much lighter than the old version. You've still got your cooker under there, sink under here, mixer tap, hot and cold water. You've also got hot and cold water back here on the cockpit shower, which is a nice option on this one. This one here's got a water plug in here for your deck water, so that bypasses the water tanks. We haven't got the cushions laid out on this yet, because this one's still going through commissioning. Nice bulwark door through the side here. That's your manual bilge pump there. And you've got blue LED lights all the way around. A little bit of Sahara dust that landed on it the other day. Up here you've got your fresh water tank, grey water tank, and again this is lit up with LEDs through here. It's a nice, decent, wide space, and these rails here are bigger than the smaller Murray Fishers, so it's a substantial size. Your midship cleat is right here next to the large doorway access, which is really handy from a helm's point of view. You can get in and out and tie up on your own. Coming up onto the deck here, this one's got the lifting backrests for the sun pad at the front. Electric anchor windlass as well. Let's run off a remote control in here. There's a bit of storage under here for fenders, but only very small, thin fenders. It's quite handy for putting ropes though. This one's got the deck searchlight, which runs off a remote control inside. Twin sunroof. They've gone for the Garmin radar, TV aerial, and we've got the VHF and horn on this one. And coming inside, got a nice large helm seat. This flip back and forwards co-pilot seat. There's a table that goes in here, and that makes up into a double as well. This one's got the overhead lockers in the rear section and over the galley as well. And this one's also got upgraded Fusion stereo system with the LED lights, the Apollo amp on it, and a sub, which is out here underneath this section there. It also has underwater lights. All these were retrofitted by us here at Atlantic Yachts, and they run off this little neat remote control here. This one's got a 12-inch Garmin chart plotter. That is the XSV. And this one here has a really nice upgrade, which is great with these electric engines. It's got the Joystick docking system. So it's got a Fusion head piece there, bow thruster, trim tabs, and we put in the Lumi Shore underwater lights on this button here. We'll just have a quick look at these electric rams. So the electric ram actually has the steering inside and built into the engine in these units here. So there's no cables at all. It's all done on wires from the helm, and using the joystick, it just moves the engines individually of each other to create sideways thrust. So you literally push sideways to go sideways, and if you want to twist the boat at the same time, you can twist the bow stern in by moving it like that. We'll have a quick look down below, but I should warn you that it's still very much in commissioning stage. So here we've got everything still in plastic, but this is the forward owner's cabin. It's a good size, you can get into both sides of the berth. It's got overhead lockers around the edge, these lovely big port lights, and LEDs that light up the whole of this section here. Coming around here to starboard, we've got this 3/4 berth and the fridge option, which is in here. So this is a secondary fridge. We also already have one that is up in the saloon underneath the helm seat there. And in here we've got another large toilet. It's electric in here. And behind the door we've got a separate shower cubicle and a sit-down seat for showering when you're going along. There's an opening porthole there. And then coming aft here on the port side, we've got the larger double berth for guests. Unfortunately, it's full of our cushions and the boxes for the electronics that we've been fitting. But there's lots of light coming in from these window lights at the top. Again, in here and up here. So it's a very light and airy feel to the boat. Right, let's take a trip out now. So here we are heading out into the Catwater here in Plymouth Harbour. We've taken it out of the joystick mode, then I'm going to put it back in a second and you get to see how it handles. At the moment we're just running on the standard throttles here, which are fly-by-wire controls. This boat also has, as part of the setup, the auto helm. So here you can run your auto helm, and here we've got stay point. If you press that button there, the boat will hold its position on the GPS coordinates. Then to go into joystick, it's pretty simple. What you have to do is press the little button on the side here, which says joystick. So pop that into neutral, hit joystick, and it comes up here saying joystick activated. Now at the moment we set it at thrust level 50%, but you can change the thrust level with these two plus and minus buttons on the side here. So we're going at level 3, which is about 50%. What I'm going to do is turn that off because the AIS is coming off every 5 minutes. Right, and so if we want to go sideways over there, all I have to do is hold this over the side here. And if you look at the back, where the engines are, you can see they're twisted inwards towards each other. So the engines move independently of each other to create the thrust. So it's not even using the bow thrust, it's just using the engines. And say I want to move that way, if I push over sideways, and the boat's going sideways. Now if you look at the bow, you see the bow's drifting out. So if I twist at the same time on top of the joystick here, that brings the bow back round whilst I'm still going sideways. Very clever system. And if I want to go back into gear, all I do is just pop this into gear, joystick turned off, and off we go. So this optional extra is quite expensive. The engines are about a couple of grand more expensive per engine. Also the steer-by-wire controls are an upgrade, so the joystick on this is about £5,000. But with that you get a much better system. Electric steering is much more reactive, it's smoother to use, there's no hydraulics involved at all, and also you get automatically the stay point, the fisher point and the auto helm all built in. So for that kind of money it's pretty good, because a Rain auto helm is going to set you back about £3,000 anyway. So if you think about it from that point of view, it's actually a saving in the long run, and aside from the fact that it's a fantastic bit of kit. Right, we're just going to head out here into the Sound and have a bit of a blast.